Hi, my name's Simi and welcome back to part 2 of our 4-part family planning series. Today we're going to be talking about taking a break from your career. Parenthood requires extra time and flexibility, especially for working mums and dads. In this episode, we'll cover the core elements of parental leave, including eligibility, time off, and how to work with your employer. We'll also talk about returning to work smoothly after your leave and how career breaks could affect your retirement plans. Whether you're a new parent, planning ahead, or just curious, then this episode is for you. Let's get started. Whether you're expecting a child through adoption, pregnancy, or surrogacy, you may be entitled to time off work. Just remember you'll need to notify your employer at least 15 weeks before your baby's due date or within 7 days of being matched with a child. If that's not possible and you miss those deadlines, you should still notify them as soon as possible. Let's explore the different types of parental leave. If you're a pregnant employee, you'll qualify for statutory maternity leave. Your hours, pay, and length of service don't affect your eligibility. You can take up to 52 weeks off, starting as early as 11 weeks before your baby is due. There's a minimum of 2 weeks compulsory maternity leave after the baby is born. If you take your full statutory maternity leave entitlement, you'll get statutory maternity pay, SMP, for up to 39 weeks. But your earnings and length of employment do affect your eligibility for statutory maternity pay. Adoption leave and pay is identical to maternity leave and pay for the main adopter, while the secondary adopter can take paternity leave, regardless of their gender. Let's find out more. If you're the partner of the birth parent or main adopter, you could be eligible for statutory paternity leave. To qualify for paternity leave, you must have an expectation of parental responsibility for the new child. You'll get up to 2 weeks off, during which you'll be entitled to statutory paternity pay. Your leave can be taken as a continuous block or 2 separate weeks. You can take this any time within the first 52 weeks after the birth or adoption. There's a possibility of taking more time off under shared parental leave. It's worth keeping in mind that your employment status, notice given, and length of service will affect your eligibility. If you're a parent who shares responsibility for a new child, you could be eligible for statutory shared parental leave. How much time you can take off varies depending on how much maternity leave the birth parent took or how much adoption leave the main adopter took. Shared parental leave can only begin after the leave of the birth parent ends. This occurs either when the birth parent returns to work or on the date specified in a binding notice to their employer. You'll then get a maximum of up to 50 weeks to be split between the two parents and statutory shared parental pay for up to 37 weeks. If this leave isn't long enough, you could take unpaid parental leave. If you're an employee with at least 1 year of service and have parental responsibility, you could be eligible for unpaid parental leave. You'll need to prove you're a parent by sharing birth or adoption certificates. You can continue to gain holiday entitlement while you're off during any period of unpaid parental leave. You can take up to 18 weeks off per child until they turn 18, though there's a limit of 4 weeks per year unless your employer agrees otherwise. Leave must be taken in blocks of whole weeks rather than individual days, unless your employer agrees otherwise or your child or children are disabled. Just remember to give your employer 21 days notice. Employers can't refuse your leave but may postpone it for up to 6 months. Note that if they do this, they're required to provide reasons and suggest alternative dates. Some employers offer enhanced leave, which means you may get additional leave, pay, or more generous terms compared to statutory policies. It's a good idea to speak with your HR department to find out what your company provides. For more information on your rights as a parent and employee, you can visit gov.uk. By law, while you're on statutory parental leave, your employer has certain duties towards you. They must inform you about any promotion or job opportunities, redundancies, or reorganisations that could affect your job when you return to work after statutory parental leave. Your job and its terms must not be worse than before when you left. This is a legal requirement. They can improve, but they aren't required to stay exactly the same. However, you do have the right to make a flexible working request. For example, if you wanted to adjust your working hours or work from home. If your leave was up to 26 weeks, you can return to your same job. But if it lasted longer than that, your employer might offer you a different position. They must have a valid reason, like if your job no longer exists. The new role must have no worse terms and benefits, such as pay and holiday entitlement. Your employer can offer better terms, but you can't be forced into a new role with a higher salary if you don't want it. Taking time off can lead to gaps in both your workplace pension contributions and state pension entitlement. The good news: you can make voluntary national insurance contributions to help catch up on your lost years. You can also set up regular contributions to your personal or workplace pension to improve your financial position in retirement. You can contribute flexibly, as much or as little as you like, as often as you like. Or if your partner remains working, they could make pension contributions on your behalf while you're taking time off. But it's important to note that if you aren't earning, you may not be eligible for tax relief on those contributions, unlike if your working partner were to make the additional pension contributions into their own pot. As you think about your financial future, consider how to create a strong safety net for your family. As always with investments, your capital is at risk. The value of your investments can go down as well as up, and you may get back less than you invest. This information shouldn't be regarded as financial or legal advice. If you want to dive deeper into this topic, join us for our next episode, Building Your Family's Financial Resilience. Thanks for watching.